Assalamualaikum and hello. I'm going to present on our PLC topic, which is integrating collaborative learning into open distance learning. The collaborative tool we decided is teacher sharing session. My name is Nur Ain Fajina binti Mohammed Sharuddin, and my two other group members are Muhammad Zulfadli bin Ramlan and Nurlina binti Bashir Gaus. We are from Physics Unit of Malacca Matriculation College. The reasons and issues why we decided to study on how to integrate collaborative learning into open distance learning are: we can instill collaborative skills among students in face-to-face classes. There are various options to execute this learning in classes. However, limited options are proposed for integrating collaborative learning into online learning. The available options have some limitation in assessing student learning during the process. Hence, we set out the possible solution to facilitate educators in online learning how to tackle these problems, how to instill collaborative learning among students in open distance learning. Collaborative learning can be represented when a group of intermediate, two or more, attempt to learn, understand a concept, solve a problem, complete a task, or create a product together. That is collaborative learning. The purpose of the study in terms of social is to help develop a social support system for learners, to build diversity understanding among students and staff, to establish a positive atmosphere for modeling and practicing cooperation, and to develop learning communities. While in terms of psychological is to increase students' self-esteem, to reduce anxiety, to develop positive attitudes towards teachers. And in terms of academics, to promote critical thinking skills, to involve students actively in the learning process so that the classroom results are more improved, models appropriate students' problem-solving technique, and large lectures can be personalized. Implementation of these studies. So the general objective of this study is to find possible solution to instill collaborative skills in open distance learning and share our findings with other educators. While the main objective is to encourage educators to use breakout room extension in Google Meet during lesson to instill collaborative learning among students by providing clear guide and assistance in using this tool. The collaborative tools used in this study is teacher sharing session. The implementation process is divided into three different parts, which are planning, execution, and sharing. The first part is planning, which is to identify issues and reasons raised on teaching and facilitating to set the objective of the study, and also sharing session among the group members. The issue raised on the PDPC is how to instill collaborative learning in open distance learning. And from the discussion, we decided to use breakout room extension in Google Meet. Before we share with other educators, we learn how to use the breakout room extension in Google Meet, and we carry out with our students first. And for the execution part, we had a few trial sessions with our own students, and we improve on what we can before we share it to other educators. And the third part is sharing. So we share the tool with the educators. Slides with detailed instruction were designed on how to use breakout room extension in Google Meet. The slide also included what is breakout room and the advantages of using breakout rooms. The targeted group for our study is educators in school, in college, and in universities. We collect survey and feedback using Google Form. So one of the questions is, do you face challenges in carrying out group work in open distance learning session? And the educators will answer this survey agreed that they did face challenges in carrying group work in open distance learning session. One of the questions in the survey, which is, are you willing to try a new tool that could improve collaborative skills during your ODL session? 10 of educators who answered this survey said yes. It seems like most of the educators are willing to learn a new tool in order to help their students to improve collaborative skills, to improve their students' collaborative skills. The educators are encouraged to try to use breakout room extension in Google Meet during the lesson by following the instruction and guide given to them in the PowerPoint slides. So after they try it, we ask them questions like, were your students more involved and participate well during the trial session? And 90% of the educators answer yes. It seems like students are more involved after the fifth session of the breakout rooms. The digital tool innovation we use in this study is Google Meet breakout rooms by Robert Houdet. The reason why we decided on Google Meet is because most students and educators are familiar with Google Meet. Besides, Google Meet can also record the session, and it is easier for students to see the recorded session again, and they can also see how their friends in other groups work and collaborate and to discuss concept or some topic or questions. And besides, the educators can also share the recorded session with their colleague and let them colleagues see how the session is run, and maybe in the future the colleague will also try how to use the breakout rooms extension in their lesson. So the findings that we found after we tried the breakout room extension in Google Meet and we share with other educators to try it. So we asked the educators to give comment and feedback to us. So as you can see, educator is saying, breakout room extension in Google Meet is a good tool for me to use during my lesson as most of my students feel engaged and able to share their ideas freely. While educator D said, I'm really happy to be introduced with the breakout room extension as I was searching for a tool to be used that can enhance and encourage students' collaboration. I found breakout room extension to be helpful, especially to carry out think, pair, share, and jigsaw puzzle activities. It seems like the activities that we always carry out during face-to-face classes can also be carried out in online learning. It's just that we need to know the method and tool to be used to carry out all these activities. So how can breakout room extension in Google Meet can contribute to teaching and learning? So if you see in terms of students can appear more confident and they can ask more questions openly in smaller group, and they can discuss among peers to further strengthen their understanding of the concept, and low achievers do not feel left out during the big group discussion, and students can improve social skills among them. Well, for the educators, it can help educators to feel more assured of students' progress, and also educators feel time during lesson are optimized as students are managed as a group, and reduce limitation of online learning, especially we are facing pandemic. So that's all from me and my group members. Thank you.